Good morning, my friends, as the propeller turns. Here is my second episode for my glider that I now put on the wings. The ashH 31. It's 6 meter. Well, it's actually 6.3 meter, I think. I got this right. Here I show you how I put the wing on. It's huge. This one half. I want to show you. I modified this so you can plug all the servos in. So here I put it on my stand. I put it sideways. I let this rest on something, and then I get this spar in. If you mess up, you could mess up the wing. So here you find your thing and plug it in, and now glider hood off. I'm trying to do this as nice as possible. Here's the glider again. I think I showed the wing when I inserted, and here I can now tighten it up with the screw, secure it here. Let's see if I can get that. See? Yeah, I'm gonna do this next. I have a main receiver here, and I did have satellite receivers in this glider. One or maybe even two, but what are they for is that you get in different. Should you shield the battery through your angle, maybe the battery blocks the signal to this, or these give alternative entrance points, so you get an all-around real good reception. On a glider that flies high and far, it seemed a good idea to get good reception at all times. I never had a problem, but hey, if you have it, then there's no. So these satellite receivers improve not the signal strength, but they improve the entrance point of the signal in your glider. So if you shield it because you fly a certain way, then these give alternatives in the angle the signal can reach your rig here. So I'm gonna put the screw on, so my wing is on, and then I show you how to do the other wing. Here we are back. I put this then on. Here's the plug for all three servos. Let's see that I can plug it in without blocking everything. The view that you should have. So here's the plug. I plug it in, and then all is plugged in now. All three servos are now connected. Of course, this is a harness that I had built for this glider, and it has to be long and specific. So then I click the wing on, and now, if I can, yes, here is one of the screws that how I secure my wing, and here's, I'd like to show this. Well, here's my internal screw. Let me try to show this better. See, here it is. I tighten it up some more. If I would want to fly this, that would be the way to go. here we are from a different perspective. I put the camera on the stand so I can take those wing bags off. I don't do that until the time is right, and that's about now. Then I just slide them off. That's then an easy thing to do. And then of course, I'm not sure how well you see that from here, but then I put the battery. This is for the power drive, and then these goes on top for the all the electronics, the receiver, the servos, and then this is going to be strapped in to the glider in a strategic correct point to achieve CG. No, it's probably okay for right now to explain it this way. I don't have to put it in for right now. The whole thing doesn't even really fit on the camera. Good, it's that big. I can turn it a little bit. It's a humongo glider, and well, they have bigger, but this is big enough for me for sure. You get a good weight, and when you go flying, then all of a sudden it is much more of a I don't want to say effort, but it is more of just that. I'm going to take this other wing back off on the left wing, and in a little bit I'll show you how the wings work. So I'll be in and out of that picture. I give you different angles, position the camera different. I hope this works so you don't see my back. I figure my front is already just good enough. I don't need to see my back, but I do need to take my jacket off. Well, anyway, so I put up on here. Well, I try to get that one off, and here of course is nice. I can roll the whole thing around while I get that wing cover off. Now this wing is a very neat surprise. A glider, even the size, is once it's balanced, it's also, you typically balance it's good left to right, so you can, it has winglets, and I'm not sure if you see them now very good. I'll put them on and show you better, but when I put these winglets on, they are not secured at all. It's just friction fit. Friction fit. Isn't that a tongue twister? If I'm not in the picture, it's just because his wing is so long. 6.3 meters. And now I want to get that camera so I clearly make sure. This is a section that shows you how I put on the hood. So it goes on like this. It has that bolt in here, and you put it down in the back, and back here it has this. It's going to be pushed in, and down here it will arrest that. That hood is aesthetically very pleasing. The manufacturer was sensitive to that, because I figure glider flyers like them to look nice and sleek. Of course, I told you before that it's a folding propeller that works really well. this window is just for looks. The one servo is in here, down there. The other servo is in here, and actuates the horn here. This is all very due to short linkages, and servos so in place are very precise, and I wouldn't know what other details. There's probably thousands that I could show, but can't think of any. Again, this is a little modified, and the plugs, I unplugged them, took the wings back off and store them on the shelf. I love to fly the glider, but I have to tell you, alone assembling this thing is, you gotta lift a little bit or something, and it makes a day out with this thing a full flying day, because after you fly, you get to store it away in your car. The next day you get to store it away in your garage, and so on. So it becomes a much more involving process, instead of taking your glider out of the car and put it up somewhere. That takes longer, it's heavier, and anyway, I have a nice stand. This is my favorite stand. It's very, very good for building airplanes or working on them or having them. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. So here it is, put together with these huge wings. I'm going to show it. Here is the winglet. Winglets, they supposed to, instead of extending the wing this way, they go up, but they do extend the wing, and they supposed to cut down slipstream. If it works in a model, even, I don't know, in man carrying gliders, this is calculated and tested, I've been hearing, but the winglets supposed to cut down on drag and give you even a better wingspan. So I typically put them on. These batteries go in here. I showed you earlier. These batteries and the receiver. I want to show them to you one more time. These batteries. The big one is for the motor. The smaller one is for the servos and the electronics. And then they be strapped in here. A Chief CG and power this pup. I'm gonna show you the wings right now. The functionality. Maybe I'm not gonna even plug it in, but here is on this glider the flaps. Then here you have the ailerons. They go up until the outside, and then here there was really sweet and factory installed when I got the wings. No, of course, that is the air brake. And left and right is the same. So it's 1, 2, 3 servos, and then more servos, 4, 5 servos total in well, no, 1, 2 in the wing, 3 in each side of the wing. I'm sorry, 2 in the tail, and then there's this extra for the retract, and then there's the motor. So there's plenty of electricity, good for this glider. And when it is in the air, it flies so good. But you do put $5,000 in the air. Naked, the thing costs over 3, and by the time you have it all done and ready to roll, then for the first time when you fly a glider with the price tag, you need to make sure you don't fly the money. You need to make sure you fly your glider, because if you get too focused on the price tag, you don't fly so good. I had my challenges in the first flights, but now it has on, I don't know, 20 flights, 10 flights, 20. I say it's still good, and I didn't mess up. You do need to follow procedure a bit when you take a glider off that large. One of the procedures is you gotta, when you take off, you crack your flaps a tiny bit down to increase low stall speed and lift, and that's very important. You also, since you do ground start, it's not so crucial then if as if you would hand start this thing, and then you wanna be on your elevator a bit and pull it up so your propeller is not nosing into the ground. And when the glider comes, you need to actually let go in a neutral position for your elevator, so the glider takes off controlled and gentle, not like this. That you don't want that, but you don't want to have him nose in, then your $40 or $50 propeller would be toast. And mine is not. It despite the many flights, it's very, very pretty. It's very pretty. Still, so this glider is, when you fly it, it is a modeller's delight, no doubt, but it is not for a beginner. That's for sure. I told you this as a retract gear, and that has a nice gear door on it. It's a sturdy, doesn't have any cracks or anything yet. And now I want to fly it, but I'm at home. This is where we live. I transported in my Honda. That is a CRV. The wings. The wings could have put together a little bit different, but I made them two-piece wings. They have a possibility that you can crack them here too, but I didn't want this because it becomes more and more a field assembly. But I put the wings here very close under the windshield, and the hatch closes in the body. I put the nose part on the front seat, and the rest goes all the way in the back. It fits in here, actually, no problem. And my airfield is about 10 minutes away from me, so not bad. And now I finally showed you my ashH 31. I should go backwards a little bit so I can see if I can get it in. And you'll see it better. The stand is excellent. I don't bring it to the airfield, that stand. I just put it together on the table we have there, and thank you very much for watching as the propeller turns. Maybe to just finalize this segment, I leave it as it is now. It's a wonderful working glider, and thank you for watching as the propeller turns, and see you next time. When I have something else interesting to show to you. Thank you, and bye bye.